How is that for a start of an episode? I wanted to say I liked what we did in our bonus episode, but apparently the game liked it more. Hi there, my name's Cheesy, and welcome back to Parmesiano. In the last episode we've built this farm. We also had the bonus episode where we built this interchange over here. And right now I want to focus on another problem. Because you can see over here we have a lot of demand for just about everything. Low density residential seems a bit lower, but we just built that in our farm episode. So I think this will come up if we don't do anything right now. But furthermore, you can see that almost everything, well, just everything, is filled 100%. We need completely everything. So let's have a look where we can build. What I think is that we will not increase the density so much in the main city of Parmesiano. What we instead will do is look to expand further out. So let's grab our contour lines. We can see on this side everything is quite hilly. There would be a spot here near the forest over the hill, but I think it's a bit far from the rest of the city for now. This is a good place to expand to in the future. But what I do like for flat spaces is the island over here. We can work with this, and even the island over here. Look at this huge flat spaces. There already is some infrastructure, so we can expand the old town road. We can maybe intersect with bigger roundabout or something like that to reach the island. Then we also have the highway coming through here, so this is a good place for maybe another intersection in the future. So without further ado, let's start with buying the tiles. And I want to take every tile that has a bit of the island. First, let's take this part, and I think we will right now take the all of this island. Just everything. That leaves us with just 8 tiles for the future. But I'm not really concerned about this. We have been coming up to level 6 Boomtown with adding almost no population. It's more about the experience, about the happiness. We've already seen that it's quite easy to get more expansion tiles, expansion points. So yeah, and we're going to add a lot of population on these 2 islands. So let's buy these tiles. We have a lot of new land and start thinking about ways to cross to the islands. When we use just this bridge to get people across to the new island, I think we're going to have a real problem with traffic. This is going to be a bottleneck, and that will make it real busy. Everyone coming from town, coming from the industry, has to take this one path over the Old Town Road Bridge and make it to the island that way. That's not good. What we need is we need some other connections across the river to the island. So let's have a look for that. I want to look for places where the river is not on its widest, and maybe where the difference in height is manageable. So right here we only have 4 or 5 meters above the water, and here it's like 20. So a bridge like this, it would look really weird. In real life it would not happen, and I think it's not pretty in Cities Skylines as well. Over here we would have flat land on both sides. But the river is quite wide over here, so a bridge like this would be very expensive to make. That first of all, but also to maintain it would take a lot more effort. So I think we will look for places where the river is small. With small I mean not so wide. and where there's not that much height difference, so that it's a logical way to get over the river in the first place. So the first thing I see is over here. I think we can... No, this is not nice. Just a normal road. Okay, we can cross the river right here. It is near the Old Town Road bridge, but what I think we can do is we can direct this end of the road more towards the industry and make this the dedicated part for workers working at the industry to get over to their jobs, but also for goods coming from the industry to go to some future shopping center we might have over on the island. Also, I keep calling it the island right now, but I want to give it a name. And I really liked the interaction that there was last time for naming the industry area Feta Factories. So maybe someone in the comments has an idea for what we can name these islands. So the neighborhoods and everything will also have a name, of course, but now I'm looking for a name specifically for the island. Another great place to cross the river would be over here near our apartments. And this, I think, is a great place because... Let's make the road straight. Because there will be a lot of people living over here. There will also be some people working over here near the shops. And they will go here to shop, of course. So this is a logical place to cross the river. It's very narrow, that's first of all. And it's near these people and near these workplaces. Let's see if we can find some place over here as well. So right here on the narrow part of the river you can see there's almost no place to do this logically because of the height differences. So in this case it would be acceptable for me to go to a bit of a lower place. Because on this side of the river there is an enormous headland. You can see it when I turn on the contour lines. This difference would not work. We would have to start from somewhere like up here. And that's already so near the Old Town Road bridge that I won't think it would be logical to make that expensive a bridge on this location. So let's abandon this for right now. Maybe in the future when there is a lot of need for movement across the river, something as expensive as this would make more sense. Maybe we would have the funds to do some terraforming. But for right now I don't think it's warranted. We're only just a boom town. We're not like a big capital city or something like that. So let's keep our bridges easy. For the sake of connectivity, I do want to have another connection to the island though. I don't want everything to come from this part of the island. I also want the connection on this side of the island. For that I'm going to use this island. We already connected to that with our previous bridge. So this one can just be a two-parter. And then we can hit the other side of the island right about here. And then we can snake around this hill in the future and reach all the parts of the island. Also, like I said in the beginning, there will probably be an interchange at one point or another, but that will not be today. Today I'm going to think more about the road layouts and the houses for this new part of town. So if you'll just give me a moment, I will be right back. And with the layout done, we can already see a few interesting things happening. On the small island, I just connected the bridges straight up. And over here, I think, because we have a real good view of the river, of the what I think is the ocean. Over here we would have some more luxury apartments, maybe a few shopping places, a nice restaurant, a boutique, things like that. Over here there's more, you can already see there's a way more straight grid, so I'm thinking that this would be more of our central business district. Have some more of the high towers, the higher density commercial and living options will be over here. Then around the edges we can place some lower density residential. I think they will quite like it to live here near the river, also near their place of work. We kept a few places open because I don't know what to build here yet, but I already, because we see these are kind of major roads, I wanted to, this is coming from the Old Town Road for example, I wanted to leave these stops to indicate to future Cheesy that this is something, that this is a main road and we have to hook into this. Also, this is the biggest road through the island. This is the big road going over the island, but this is the big road going through the island. And you can see that I placed very little connections. There's only 1, 2, 3, 4 intersections on this road. That is because I expect a lot of traffic to come through here at one point. So by limiting the number of stops that the trucks and cars have to do, and also limiting the amount of times they have to stop, that makes traffic go quicker normally. Let's straighten this up because it's not nice to look at. That's better. And now we can get to zoning. Let's start with the easy places first. I think that is the low rent housing. I want some medium density housing right here near the water. Maybe these blocks can all be that type of house. I already know that I want some offices over here on the point of the island. I think this is a very nice place. I think a few people would pay a lot to put their office right here. Then alongside here, this is a kind of a main road. It's also near the highway, so it has a lot of visibility. So I think this would be a good place for some commercial to pop up. Let's already zone for that. And then behind here, I think we can have some of the low rent houses. These would probably be advertised quite well, but then maybe when you show up and see them for the first time, you're not as happy as when you first saw them on the commercial. Anyway, that's how things go. Let's quickly zone this. And with that we have the first part of this island. Let's see if it fills in and what this does to our demand for the rest of the city. As we see our demand for apartments disappear, let's move over to the other island and let's see what we can already zone up there. I just found out that when placing zoning that we can press the button here and then we can remove the whiteness. So from now on I will be using it a lot more because I think this will be way prettier for the recording. As the forts were burning, their new neighborhood has filled in quite nicely. But we can see that still the demand for apartments has not picked up yet. So I think we need to revise the plan a bit and go back to the small island. And let's delete these places for low rent housing right now. No one is building here anyway. And instead we will build more low density residential right here. Maybe that will move up the pace a little bit for the rest of the town as well. Because I do want to have some demand over there. And let's see if this will be enough. First the trees were burning, but now the leaves are turning. And with that, let's start planning this island. On the other island, we just plot a lot of buildings, but around here I want to think again about services. One service that we missed in Parmesiano was high school. So the high school is quite a big building, and I want to place it somewhere near this main road over here with all the shopping, but not on it. So let's give it its own road. I think it can run from these two side streets over here, and then this will be the frontage road for the high school. And this way it's easy for parents, but also for the kids themselves to get off this main road. Maybe stop here, turn around and go back. They don't have to stop on the main road, and they don't have to make some dangerous situations, let's say. Let's also clear out this field in front of the school. This way it has a bit more of a presence. And let's also see if we can give it some pets. Maybe make it look a bit nicer that way. Something like this I think is okay. And then let's place back some trees, but be a little more thoughtful about it. So maybe we can line the paths with some birches. And see how these little trees are also just yellow and red right away. I just like how the game has seasons in this version. In Cities Skylines 1 it was achievable, but you had to use a lot of mods and put in a lot of work to get the seasons to change. But in Cities Skylines it just happens naturally. Also, after this fall, of course, the winter will come, and I'm also quite curious about that. To see if it will snow in Parmesiano and see how it looks on the mountains. I haven't experienced it yet in Cities Skylines 1. In Cities Skylines 2, I mean. In Cities Skylines 1, there were of course snow maps. But they were permanently snow, so it would never have summer. And here, as you see, the seasons just change, and I think that's really cool. It just makes the city feel a bit more alive. Another service I think we will need over here is a bit more healthcare. So let's have a look at that. And this can go somewhere near the main road, I think. Maybe on this side road. And if we remember from our downtown area, we just have to save a little spot for this, what is it called? The extension wing. And I think it will go on the side right here, so let's already plan for that by giving this building not that much room. Okay, great. Furthermore, I want to have some parks, especially near the high school. This also has its own expansion. It has a sports field. This is a lot like a tracking field. So I think we can place that on the side right here. But maybe the school would have more sporting facilities than just this very big tracking field. So let's go to our development tab and have a look at our parks. We want to get to sports parks and maybe some of the large parks. So let's unlock all of this. And let's see what we have. So now we have access to a large city park, the large plaza and the large playground. But also we have access to a lot more sporting facilities. We have a tennis court. It's quite small, you see. An outdoor gym. That is one is even smaller. If I show you like this, it will be more clear, I think. We also have a skate park that's a little bit bigger. And we have this one, the basketball court. So let's maybe make a little place for all of these things right here behind the high school. And you can see this orange icon blipping. And that means that it wants a road access on that side of the building. So maybe if we place it like this and turn it around, then we can fit a road in the middle and it would have access to both of these facilities. Let's check if that is true. Overlapping items, so I think we need a little more place. Let's place the road first. Maybe like this, and then we can place our basketball court and it will snap perfectly. Okay, let's have a look. Maybe we also want to have the outdoor gym out here. It's only a small building. So this is actually quite a cool asset. You can see it has a lot of these small areas where people can exercise. Maybe when they are running around, they can stop here and do a few pull-ups. Things like that. Yeah, just like you would see in a real city. Aha, there's a team developing over here, I think. Let's connect these roads up and see how much place we have left for our other facilities. Because I also want to place the tennis court, but it's quite large. Maybe we can fit it on the side here. If we turn it around, let's turn off snapping. And let's place it just like we want it. I think here it's good. And then we can connect up this path. And I don't believe pedestrians can actually walk over these paths. But I do think it looks more complete. It kind of pulls this building with the rest of the environment and makes it feel like it's supposed to be there. While we are still here, let's also place our skate park. And if we put snapping back on, it will just snap to the road automatically. And with that, we have all of our sporting facilities over here. And we can get back to zoning. You can also already see that demand is getting back up again. So hopefully we can get everything zoned in here and it will just work out for us. So let's think about residential first. I think around here, like the edge of the road, would have some low density houses. And then this will be more of our office district. Around the main road I want to place some commercial with the same reasoning as before, that most people will be driving over this road over here. So there would be a lot of visibility for these businesses. People that may not even know that they want something can see this business and stop there and buy something. Well, also because there's a lot of offices and a lot of commercial here, I think it's a good idea to pull out the parking lots. We also have to go to our progression for this, and I believe it's in the roads menu. Parking areas, let's unlock this also for 2 points. We still have 10 left, so there's still a lot of choices for us to make in the future. But now we can make parking lots. They are found in the roads menu. And we have a few different kinds. We have the small one, medium one, a large one, and a very large one. We also have the overground parking building. This is more like a parking garage. I think it's a little bit fancy for this area right now. But maybe near the school, it would be logical to have a large playground. A large parking lot. And also something smaller near the downtown, I think. Just like that, and see everyone is happy with that. Let's continue zoning. Across the street from our office district, I want to have some more of the low rent housing. This will be the big towers. And of course we need some sort of difference between the towers and the low density residential. So that will be our medium density row housing. And we can make this taper off by going to our medium density housing and place a few more of those near the coast. And here I also want to taper off the buildings. So on this side I'm placing the medium density. And then on the other side of the road I will have just low density residential. And the other side of the bluff I'm leaving empty for now. I don't have a plan just yet what I want to build there, but I do know I want to make something special of it. We have a beautiful view over here. Let's see. You can see over the whole city. Let me turn off those icons real quick. We can look over the whole city. We can look over Old Parmesiano. We can look over the small island over here. We can look at the ocean, at the bridge. I think it would be a waste of the space to just put houses there. I think we have to come up with something way more special. I don't know what it is just yet, but let's find out together in the future. For now we have a few more places left to go with our zoning. So this road back here near the river I think is also a low density houses. And there we have a special building. This is the Villa City. Old style soda bar with a large rooftop terrace where patrons can enjoy their beverage while taking in the sights. Until now we have been placing these types of buildings right away, but for now I want to continue what we're doing and leave this one for now, do nothing with it. As I was saying, let's place some low density here near the river, but not underneath the bridge. I don't think people would like it if a car drives over their home all day, but I think, for example, an office would be quite okay with it. They would also have good visibility from this bridge, so people that work here, they know where it is, but they don't have the best connection, but that's also not needed for this type of building, I think. When we're over the bridge, I think we can have a bit more commercial. Again, this is a place where a lot of people will drive, so maybe they can be tempted to buy something here. And on the edge of our commercial district, I want to place a few more houses. And I think this can be the small apartments. Just like that. Let's also put a few parks down. We have added a lot of potential population, but not a lot of leisure just yet, only around the high school. We have our new large parks, of course, so let's use those. Maybe a large plaza over here across the street from the high school. The large city park can go in the center of town, right here. We also have a few small parks we can place, so let's place a playground over here. They have to walk very far for a park otherwise. Very far for a park. And maybe on the edge of town right here. One more over here. And let's also, for good measure, place a small playground on the small island. With that, I think we are all set to watch our city grow. I saw some shadows rising over the city and I was quite amazed, but now it's already gone again. Did you see that tornado? I was really scared that it was just going to hit our city, but we are safe, I guess? Okay, I just wanted to let you see that. Let's go back to growing. So we see a stop in growth. The big towers aren't growing at all and the apartments are not growing anymore. I think this is because of the demand we have right now for low density residential and also for industrial demand. So that's something that we will have to look out for in the next episode. Do you know what we're going to do in the next episode? Leave a comment and maybe I will shout you out in the beginning of next episode. This episode we doubled our population. I think we started around 3,000 and now we are over 7,000. We colonized 2 islands. So in that way we have been expanding quite a bit. And with that said, I want to ask you to like this video, add a comment, share it with your friends, maybe hit a bell notification, and I will see you next week. Bye bye.